Hey, fellow white guys.
It's about to be a new year.
And there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
All right, this is MTV, and they have 2017 resolution for white guys. Now, I'm a white guy. I'm all interested in new resolutions for the new year if they'll help me be a better person and help me help more people. So what are these new resolutions for white guys? I'm all ears. MTV, tell me more.
First off, try to recognize that America was never great for anyone who wasn't a white guy.
Can we all just agree that Black Lives Matter isn't the opposite of All Lives Matter? Black lives just matter. There's no need to overcomplicate it.
Also, Blue Lives Matter isn't a thing.
Cops weren't born with blue skin, right? I mean, yeah, they weren't born blue.
Stop bragging about being woke. Stop saying woke.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Oh, and if you're a judge, don't prioritize the well-being of an Ivy League athlete over the woman he assaulted.
We all love Beyonce, and yeah, she's black, so of course she cares about black issues. I'm talking to you, Fox News.
Feel free to take Kanye West, though. You guys can have him.
You know what you did, Kanye.
Nobody who has black friends says that they have black friends.
And just because you have black friends doesn't mean you're not racist. You can be racist with black friends.
Look, guys, we know nobody's perfect.
But honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
Some of you guys do a great job. Some of you don't.
All right, well, that's true for every group. Some white guys do a great job, some don't. Some white gals do, some don't. Some black guys do, some black guys don't. Some black gals do, some black gals don't. On and on and on. Go down the list, okay, with every group, every subdivision, every male, female, Hispanic, Asian. Some do good, some do bad. We understand that. But wait, hang on. These are the resolutions, 2017 resolutions for white men? Well, I got some issues with this. Okay, I agree that some of the court decisions, for example, with this Ivy League athlete rapes a woman and basically gets off almost scot-free on 6 months in jail or something like that, a complete outrage. And was it because of the color of his skin? Or was it because he's an athlete in California school or something like that? And was that if that's it, injustice, shout it from the rooftops, injustice. And if a young black man would get different treatment in the court than a young white man, that's a travesty. And to the extent it still happens in America, I'm working with you, MTV and others, to fight against it. And I do raise my voice against it. But I got to say, you got some real biases here. Hey, where's your video of new resolutions, New Year's resolutions for blacks, black guys, black gals? What about all the race baiting? What about the ugly things that have come from extremes in the Black Lives Matter movement? Are you at home with that? What about the kill a cop movement? Are you at home with that? What about renouncing things in your own world? Here's the way I look at it. I'm responsible for myself first. I'm responsible for those that I identify with and identify with me first. And then I'm responsible to try to speak to everybody as well. So I'm all for you as blacks, Hispanics, females, talking to me as a white guy. Great, but I want to talk to you also and say, hey, we need to clean up our acts in many, many different ways. In white America and black America, there's been a whole lot of division and hatred, and it's not just coming from whites. I wouldn't even say primarily coming from whites. I'd say there's a mess that we're all part of, and we need to come together, learn from each other, listen to each other, and step higher in our mutual honor and respect. A couple of other things. Don't give me this blue, the skin's not blue, blue lives matter. Listen. Cops have been killed in cold blood. They are involved in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of difficult situations every single year. And there's a tiny, tiny percentage where they grossly mishandle. And whether they're mishandling against a black, against a white, whoever, it is gross, it is wrong, it needs to be called out, and they need to be prosecuted by the full force of the law. In fact, they need to be held to a higher standard because they have power. But this whole hatred of police, this whole despising of police, this whole minimizing of the slaughter in cold blood of policemen, that's obscene. So shout it from the rooftop, Black Lives Matter, and shout it from the rooftop, Blue Lives Matter, and shout it from the rooftop, All Lives Matter, because they are not mutually contradictory. And lastly, This idea that America's never been great except for people of white skin is complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. America has been great for immigrants from around the world for generations, which is why they have poured in people of black skin and people of brown skin and people of other color. That's why they have poured in here, because it has been such a positive melting pot for them. And yes, for much of our history, America has been evil and wrong towards black Americans, but it's only because of a country like America that black Americans have so much prosperity in some circles and have made such progress in some circles and have such leadership in some circles in America. So it is these overstatements that make things difficult, and it make it hard for me as a white guy to take these resolutions seriously. Let's do better, MTV. Then we can work together, white, black, Hispanic, male, female, and do a better job for our country.